It's me again. This is your week 10 class 2 lecture, and first I want to go over assignments for week 11. Okay, these are things that will be due on April 13 or 15 depending on your class days. And so first thing, you're going to have 2 sing assignments for next week. The first one, which it will be Sing 7, I want you to sing the 4 chordal exercises on page 119 that we did in class this week. So practice those, but just be able to sing through those predominant progressions of the 2 and the 4 chord in kind of different inversions. That's Sing 7. Sing 8 is going to be sight reading again. Again, the lowest grade you can get is a B. Highest grade you can get is an A. But this time I want you to sing 8.48. Okay? Same drill. Just make sure that you sight sing. Okay? So don't practice ahead of time. Third thing for this week is the Earmaster page that you're going to create for yourself, your own interval song chart. I want you to bring that to class, a hard copy version, and give that to me, and it will also be another daily assignment grade. I just want to take a look at what you do, and I will hand it back, and that'll be yours to keep. But I think it's kind of a nice personalized way to work on intervals. Okay, and then I am going to ask you to look at just a few melodies in chapter 9, which we are going to start today, and that's going to be 9.2, 3, and 4. We're going to go over 9.1. So before I start chapter 9, I just want to go over a few more of those intervals that we did in class this week. It kind of blew my mind when I saw that they've now created chapter 8 has almost 90 melodies in it, and I think that's by far the hardest chapter that you're going to have here the end of the semester. It's interesting to me the way they have changed this up. Because only in chapter 9 now are they introducing the intervals from the dominant 7, which I think you're going to find pretty easy, honestly, compared to these melodies that are sometimes referring to the 2 and the 4 chord in their melodic composition. So the few intervals I just want to go over one more time with you are, if we are in a major key, so I think you all have gotten very good at so up to me, knowing if it's a major key that's going to be a major 6. What I think we're a little less good at is do down to me. That's a minor 6 in a major key. Listen to the scale one more time. Now, sing do down to me. Again, that's a minor 6th in a major key. Okay. Now, if we were in minor, again, so up to May, it's going to be a minor 6th. Do down to May is a major 6th. It's a pretty large interval vocally. Okay, so that was the first one I wanted to go over. Second interval I wanted to go over is La to Re. Okay, now these are going to be the same in major or minor keys. All right, let's go back to major. So let's count up to La. Dang it. Don't record that. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Okay, so now we're going to go. Oh, I have my handy chopstick. So we're doing. You might hear it as part of the 2 chord. So that's a perfect fifth, okay? Or if we go, we're going to go down to La, do, ti, la, up to Re. Now that's a perfect fourth, or Re down to La. And now we'll hear it as a part of going to predominant. So goes to Do. There we go. Okay. One more, and that is Fa down to Re. And these are, again, the same. We'll say that this one is also the same major and minor, because the truth is they're never going to throw a lay, the lay down to Re. They're just not going to throw that interval at you right now. Next year maybe. But here we are, Fa, Re. So I'll stay in major. So let's see if you can find Fa. That's our perfect fourth. And if we go down to Re, Fa, Re. So a nice minor third there. And then if we do, let's go down to Fa. Here's Do, ti, la, sol, fa. Re, fa, re. That's a major sixth. Again, with what we know about interval inversion. So if this is a minor third, this has got to be a major sixth. So those are the ones I just will keep reviewing, because I think they're the ones that'll trip you up in melodies, especially here at the end of the semester. Now, we're going into chapter 9. So if you can open your books and take a look at page 142. So this is the beginning of chapter 9. Now, the new set of intervals, or intervals that are coming out of the dominant 7 chord. I'm going to stay in C for just a second. I'm going to use my chopstick. So I'm just going to play scale, and we do our chords. Do, mi, sol, mi, do, and we're so used to this. So, ti, Re, and I think in one lecture I had you go ahead and add the Fa. Fa, that's our 7th scale degree. And then we'll go back to Ti, Ti, Do. So let's do the 5/7 again. So, Ti, Re, Fa, Ti, wants to resolve to Do. Now, because you've already been singing this, the intervals that I'm going to talk about now hopefully are going to feel like friends. They're not going to feel scary at all. So, looking at page 142, they actually here are functioning in F major. If we're in this key, and then they're looking at that was F. So here's our 5/7 chord again, okay? Which they spell out here. So T, Re, Fa. Okay, and they talk about the chord function like you do in theory, root third, fifth, seventh. I'll talk about that a little bit, but mostly I want to kind of relate this to solfege rather than a chord member function. But the next measure, they do show in the 5/7 chord the root, the C up to the seventh. So we know that as so, fa. Okay, so that's a minor seventh. That's the biggest interval we've had. Well, no, because we do have octaves, but that's what it sounds like, and it is so up to fa. Cool. And then they're showing the third up to the seventh, which is T up to fa, T, fa. Now, again, because we've been singing so T, Re, Fa, T, T, Fa, you're already kind of familiar with that interval. We just haven't put a name on it, and depending on which direction you're going, it's either a diminished fifth or an augmented fourth, or my favorite, tritone. So, fa, T, and you can see they spell it there, E, the E to the B flat, and then they go fa up to T here. A little high for me. But there's our diminished fourth, still tritone. Okay? And all of it is longing to get us back here. So, just listen one time. So those are our new intervals. Even though I think, again, they're very friendly. They're ear friendly because you're used to singing them. So let's look at. I'm going to just move this aside. Let's look at 9.1. Here we are in G major, and scanning the melody over. Doesn't look like there's really any tricky rhythms. We see that skip of a fourth right off the bat. We know that's so up to do. And then in the third bar, I see a very definite dominant 7 chord outline. So T, Re, Fa, just right off the bat, okay? Again, you're not going to have any trouble singing that because you're used to doing it. Let me get you into this key. Go ahead and sing it. Okay, so you've already got it in your ear. All right, I'm just going to play through it. I want you to solfege, and I'm pretty sure you'll get 100% accuracy on this one. So here's a quarter. Here we go. Ready? Solfege. Dominant 7. Good. Okay. So pretty easy. Again, compared to what they've been throwing at you at the end of chapter 8. That's why we're going to go on to chapter 9, but we're still going to be referring back to these melodies in chapter 8. Okay. Cool. Now, I have a couple of new things in dictation that I would like to introduce here at the end of the semester. And the one I'm going to do today is going to be introducing you to dotted rhythms. We haven't really done very many of those. We've done some of the pie game rhythms, but the only dotted rhythm in the pie game is actually pumpkin pie, pumpkin, 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 pumpkin. That's the one they use in there, and it's a dotted 8/16. So the way I'd like to introduce this to you today, we're going to call this dictation 6, and I'd like for you, it will have an A, B, and a C. I'll have them a little bit separated, but first I want to start with dotted quarter and eighth rhythms. So if this is a quarter pulse, 1, 2, 1, 2, I could go ahead and in my head I could subdivide that into 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and now I'm going to play a dotted quarter eighth, but I'm still going to say the eighths. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So when you hear the dotted rhythm, you kind of have to decide at what level you should be subdividing in your head to try to understand how it would work, you know, trying to write out the rhythm in dictation. So if I gave you a quarter pulse that was like this, and I started off something like, so you would hear, I think you'd hear right away that you'd want to start with the first subdivision of the quarter note, the eighth note, okay? So here is dictation 6, example A, all right? It's going to be 4 bars of 2/4. So I'll give you a second to set up your paper. Oh boy, helps when you sit up straight. All right, 4 bars of 2/4, just rhythmic dictation. Okay, here we go. 1 bar before the first bar. 1 and 2 and 1. Okay, I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to go ahead and subdivide at the eighth note level. All right? And I'll try to accent downbeats. I didn't do that last time. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, so the second thing then I want to go over is dotted notes at the dotted 8/16 level. So if I keep this, and if I subdivided 1 and a 2, 1 E and a 2, and then I started 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2. So then we hear that that dotted rhythm is taking place within the time frame of a quarter note. So it has to be at a slightly smaller level, and it's at the dotted 8/16 level. Okay? So I could play a rhythm something like 1 and a get your brain thinking that way. So here is dictation 6 example. I think I'll make this example B. I'm going to switch this up in my own notes here. So this is example B. And this is going to be 4 bars of 2/4 again, okay? So we'll stay with that same quarter pulse, all right? I'll play the whole thing through, and I'll try to accent down beats. 1, 2. So you can stop that and listen again. I did throw in a couple of our pie game rhythms this time. I'm going to play it one more time, and I'm going to subdivide at the 16th note level all the way through for you, okay? Try to accent downbeats again. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 and a 2 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 and a. Okay. So example C is just going to be kind of, I'm going to combine this dotted rhythm at the dotted 8th and then the dotted 16th level, okay? All right, so this example is going to be in 3/4 and it's 4 bars. So I'll give you a second to set your paper up. Four bars, 3/4. Same tempo. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's our pulse. All right, I'll try to accent downbeats again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you can listen to that multiple times, go back. You may find that you want to count at the 8th note level one time through. For some of the bars, you may want to find that you may be called to subdivide at the 16th note level. Okay, cool. Well, that's all I've got for this week. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you next week. Okay, hang in there, kids. We're getting to the end. All right, bye-bye.